Door Kickers 2 recently got its 1.0 release, which I didn't even know the game was in early access back when I played it like a year ago. Or maybe I did see it was an early access game, I just simply forgot. Because back when I played it, the game already had a lot to offer. It had tons and tons of missions. You had your squad that was very customizable, at least when it comes to equipment and weapon loadouts. Can't really customize your appearance other than selecting what helmet or vest you want to wear. But this was still a really good feature to have for a game like this, where each mission feels different. As you can see, Door Kickers 2 is a top-down real-time tactical game. A real-time tactical game with a pause feature. You can play out scenarios and have the ability to pause at any time you want, in case something sudden happens. You have full control of command for every unit deployed in a mission. And with the pause feature, take all the time you need to ensure every soldier has their correct orders. You can also execute commands in order or in sync. I personally didn't utilize those features that much, but if you're trying to earn all the medals, then that's up to you to master. What are medals, you may ask? They are little challenges that each mission have. Challenges such as completing a mission in less than a given time, completing a mission with just one unit. Challenge medals are different than the stars you earn in each mission. Star ratings are based off performance. Really, it's based on you keeping all your troops alive. And the stars you collect can be spent in stuff like guns or equipment. Also, each unit can level up. Essentially, the more you use them, the better they get. Now, to be honest, I didn't really pay that much attention to the rank of any of my troops. I was still able to do the hard missions just fine with only using rookies, but it is something that's part of the game, which is neat. I think that's everything for the game that I remember in its early access period. Now I'm going to talk about everything introduced in the 1.0 version of the game that really stood out to me. One big addition is the obvious campaign mode. At first I thought this would just be more missions. Well, it is more missions, but the missions are larger in scale. They are bigger, but also have more going on. But what I liked a lot about the campaign mode is the day-to-day system. Before starting a campaign, you have to pick a squad you want to deploy. You cannot change squads after this decision is made. Once you start a campaign, you'll see a series of missions that you have to complete. And from here, you just have to lock in with your squad and make sure they are well equipped for the mission you send them in. Because whatever happens in these missions will affect how you progress the campaign. Let's say a unit of yours dies during a mission you complete. Since that unit is dead, you can no longer use that unit for the remaining missions. When someone dies, they're gone. When a unit is injured, you can still use them for future missions, but they will likely underperform. If a unit is severely injured, you can't use them until they have fully healed, which will take several days. I honestly love the stakes introduced here. It makes me think on which of my units to send on one mission, and maybe save my best units for the last mission, which are typically tough. Some missions will have so much going on where you have to control 2 or 3 squads all at the same time. It can get hectic. They also introduced new squad teams. By default, you get the Ranger squad, but you'll eventually unlock squads like the Naraki SWAT team and the CIA. These squads aren't reskins. They actually have their own equipment and specialty that makes them unique. Like the Naraki SWAT team has access to riot shields, the only squad that can use riot shields. And they also have a different set of units like the leader, sapper, and militia. Militia units are interesting to use. The description says that they are voluntary troops, which is safe to assume they won't perform as well as a trained assault unit, but 2 militiamen is worth 1 regular trained unit, meaning you can fill up all of the slots available in a mission if you want to. Militia is pretty useful if you want to take a strength in numbers approach, which is useful in overwhelming the enemy. However, the militiamen do die quickly and their aim is terrible from my experience. But you can use your riot shield units to give them cover while the rest offers cover fire. I found these guys useful in close quarters or helping out in clearing small rooms. As for the CIA has 2 undercover units and 2 Black Ops units, making 4 total squad members for the CIA. CIA is basically your covert squad, and they also have a lot of weapons to use as well. I found these guys tricky to use. Maybe I just need to level them up some more. Didn't really put too much time into these guys, but they can be fun. And the last big thing they added for the game's 1.0 is doctrines. Doctrines are basically skill trees for each squad. Units individually level up, but you can also spend skill points that apply to the squad member's specialty. Great feature to improve squad members' performance. This game is also playable on the Steam Deck. If I'm honest, while it does work on the Steam Deck, I don't recommend playing this on the Steam Deck. I suppose the luxury is there, but I prefer playing this with the mouse and spacebar. But if you're a Steam Deck user, it is there for you, I guess. I suppose to wrap up, do I recommend Door Kickers 2? Yes. I highly recommend this game, especially if you favor tactical games. It's a great game. If by chance you've played Ready or Not, another tactical game, Door Kickers 2 is literally Ready or Not, but simpler. In fact, one of my reasons why I love Door Kickers 2 so much is how easy it is to get into. Although while the game looks simple, it definitely has a lot going on. There's probably some other details I missed about Door Kickers 2, but I intended this video to be quick. Anyways, that's all I got for Door Kickers 2. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.